that we're still bound. That's how the enemy does it. He said this man had a dog and he had put a long chain on the dog, and he had a chain to this stake, and this dog, every time he would run, and he'd run like 20 feet, and that chain would jerk him back. Because he knew he was tied to that stake. He'd run and look like he want to bite you, just. But that chain would pull him back. But the man had conditioned the dog's mind to think that that chain was going to pull him back. To that dog, what the owner did was, he unhitched the chain to the stake. And the dog still ran up, and when he get 20 feet, automatically he'll go back. Because his mind been conditioned that he still was bound. I want to let you know that some of you been conditioned to think that you still bound. Every time you think you're about to break into freedom, something pulls you back. Your mind pulls you back. I want to let you know, God says today you're free. See yourself by faith, not being pulled back, but just keep running. Keep running. Keep running. Because you already free. Love somebody, tell us I'm free. Give them a big old hug, give them a big old sanctified hug. I'm free. This morning. How many of y'all blessed in this house? Some of you got a free look on your face. Come on, Pastor. Look at the book of Genesis. Genesis 22. And everybody get the Bible phone out. Whatever you may have. Genesis 22. The topic, or if I could use a topic this morning for our subject, it would be surrender all. Surrender all. And my subtopic is, can you give up your Isaac? Can you give up your Isaac? Amen. Let's look at Genesis 22 verse 1. What does it say? How many have it? For some of you biblical scholars and those of you that love to look at background and teaching, we're going to look at some of the word from the Word of God today. And we'll be teaching the Word of God from surrendering all, and can you give up, subtopic, can you give up your Isaac? Now, I want to kind of build here. Let's, Genesis 12, let's look at that first. And verse 1 and 2.
Now the Lord has said unto Abram, get thee out of thy country and from thy kindred and from thy father's house unto a land that I will show you.
Now this is what God promises, yes.
And I will make of thee a great nation, and I will bless thee, and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing.
Amen. He says, this was the promise God gave to Abram. At this time, his name had not been changed. So the promise was, he says, get out of your country and from your kindred. Go to a land that I will show you. He said, and I will do what? Verse 2. Make of thee a great nation. And what else? And I will bless you. And what else? And make your name great, and thou shalt be a blessing. Now, when God tells Abram this, Abram is about 75 years old. God says, I'm going to make of you a great nation. Your name going to be great. But here he is at this place, this great man that God says, I'm going to use, and I'm going to make of you a great nation. This man at this time has no children. But God says, I'm going to bless you, and I'm going to make your name great, and you're going to be a blessing. How can my name be great if I'm 75 years old, I don't have a seed or child to carry on my name? I don't have anyone to carry on. So we know the story goes on that because Abraham was saying, I'm the father of many nations, he took God at his word. He made his confession of faith. I'm the father of many nations. I'm the father of many nations. But Abram had no children. So God, with his wife Sarah, you know how many times wives love to protect the integrity of their husbands. So she says, I got to help my husband out because I don't want him walking around lying, talking about he's the father of many nations. He know he's too old, and he look at me, I'm an old woman myself. Now you talking about we're going to be a father and a mother. So Sarah says, I got to help my husband. So she says, she looks around and she sees her handmaid, this beautiful young girl, Hagar, and says, listen, this is what we're going to do. Because God made a promise. We need to help God too. This is what we're going to do. Listen, I want you to go in and lay with her. Now, Hagar, lay with my husband. And you can see Abraham, I can imagine him saying, you sure you want me to do this? You know. Abraham went in and they conceived. And then they had Ishmael. This is what they think is the promise that they will be a great nation. But that was not God's perfect plan. Amen. Because Ishmael was a child really of the flesh. Mm-hmm. Yes. So God, what God does, he tells Abram, he says, I'm going to bless you. And then we know the story he had when Abram turned 100, and Sarah like 90, something like, I think like 10 years apart, they have this child, Isaac. And Isaac, Abram had never enjoyed, along with his wife, this blessing. So now this blessing, this young man, Isaac, gets in Abraham's bosom because God changed his name to Abraham. And so he began at this point, he's a lad. The Bible talks about him being a lad, that he's not a little baby. Amen. He is about 13 years old. So he has the time to enjoy this young man. He gets all in, you spent 13 years with this young man, this with your son, and play. And all of a sudden, God gives him a command in Genesis 22. Listen at what he says. Genesis 22.
And it came to pass after these things that God did tempt Abraham. The
word tempt here is not tempt as we think, because God tempts no man to sin. Amen. Yes. When the word really means God tests. Yes. Amen. Abraham. Yes. The test is not for God, but the test is for Abraham. Who? Abraham. The test is for who? Abraham. Amen. Read on.
And said unto him, Abraham. And he said, behold, here I am. And he said, take now thy son.
Stop right there. He says to Abraham, take when?
Now.
When?
Now.
He said, take now thy son.
Yes.
He says, take now thy son.
Yes.
Read on.
Take now thy son, thine only son Isaac, whom thou lovest, and get thee into the land of Moriah, and offer him there for a burnt offering upon one of the mountains which I will tell thee of.
Yes.
And Abraham rose up early in the morning and saddled
His donkey. Read.
and took two of his young men with him, and Isaac his son, and clave the wood for the burnt offering, and rose up and went unto the place of which God had told him. Then on the third day Abraham lifted up his eyes and saw the place afar off. And Abraham said unto his young men, abide ye here with the
Donkey.
and I and the lad will go yonder and worship and come again to you.
Listen at the kind of faith Abraham had. He says, we are going up to worship. Now, Abraham's purpose was to go and sacrifice or offer his son, his only son, as a burnt offering to God. But this is what he says. He said, we will go up to worship, and we will come again.
Amen. That's good.
We're going up, and we coming back.
Amen. Yes.
What was Abraham saying? Abraham had so much faith in God that he believed that if I take my son up and offer him as a sacrifice, as a burnt offering, that if I kill my son, I got confidence in God that he's going to raise him up.
Amen.
He said, so I'm going up and I'm coming back. Read on.
And Abraham took the wood of the burnt offering and laid it upon Isaac, his son, and he took the fire in his hand and a knife, and they went both of them together.
This is so amazing. This story is so amazing. This story is so amazing to me because this young man could have ran. Because he's 13. His dad is about 100. He's 100. He knew his dad couldn't catch him. I was like, what? You laying this on me? You talking about burning and killing? But 99.999% of us would have knocked that wood off and been in the wind. We've been gone. No, you're not going to know.
Amen.
But this young man, look what he did.
And Isaac spake unto Abraham his father, and said, my father. And he said, here am I, my son. And he said, behold, the fire and the wood, but where is the lamb for a burnt offering? And Abraham said, my son, God will provide himself a lamb for a burnt offering. So they went both of them together.
He said, and Abraham said, my son, God will provide himself a lamb for a burnt offering.
Yes.
He said, God will provide himself. God's going to do it. Now, I'm taking you up here by faith, but God himself going to provide.
Amen. Yes.
A lamb. Read.
Verse 9. And they came to the place which God had told him of. And Abraham built an altar there, and laid the wood in order, and bound Isaac his son, and laid him on the altar upon the wood. And Abraham stretched forth his hand, and took the knife to slay his son. And the angel of the Lord called unto him out of heaven and said, Abraham, Abraham. And he said, Here am I. And he said, Lay not thy hand upon the lad, neither do now anything unto him. For now I know that thou fearest God, seeing thou hast not withheld thy son, thy only son, from me.
You see, keep emphasizing thine son, thine only son. Thine only son. Thine only son. You won't withhold nothing from me. Read.
And Abraham lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, behind him a ram caught in a thicket by his horns. And Abraham went and took the ram and offered him up for a burnt offering in the stead of his son.
Yes.
And Abraham called the name of that place Jehovah Jireh. Yes. And it said to this day, In the mountain of the Lord it shall be seen.
And the place will call what?
Jehovah Jireh.
Jehovah Jireh, because God provided.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
Jehovah Jireh. Why?
Because God provides.
You and me, all of us in this room, we need to know him as
Jehovah Jireh.
Why?
Because he provides.
He provides.
Yes.
Now, let's look at Isaac. What Isaac? Isaac's name means laughter. To laugh. Laughter. Laughter. Can you imagine Abraham and Sarah now have a son that they're in their old age, they can laugh. Now they can enjoy him, because you remember Sarah laughed too when they told the angel of the Lord told her she was going to have a son. She said, yeah, right. She said, by this time next year, you're going to have a son. And Sarah's name really means God gets the last laugh.
That's right. Amen.
God gets the last laugh. So here Isaac is, his name means laughter, and he is the parents are enjoying this young man. But now Abraham, could it be, it don't say it in the scripture, but it could very well be that Abraham had his first heart was God. All I want is God.
Amen.
All I want is to fellowship with God. All I know is to spend time with God. And God blesses Abraham with a son. Now that son began to take the place of God in his heart. Jesus. God says, I gave you a son, but I lost a friend. See, we were friends. We talked about everything, but now this son has taken my place. So Isaac first represents, everybody said family.
Family.
The first thing we need to surrender to God after our lives is family. Our family. Isaac represents family. Sometimes we allow things to become more dear to us. Family time, and spending time with our family, with our children, it begins to take the place of God.
Wow. Amen. Amen.
So God asked for what he loved.
That's right.
Wow.
Surrender what you love. You love your son, you love your wife, you love your husband. You have made them, you have put them in my place. Now God is saying, surrender that thing that you love to me.
Yes.
Amen.
What God is asking for us to surrender is not about the thing he's asking for, but it's about us.
Yes. Amen.
Thank you, Lord.
Amen.
We have put so much before God.
Come on.
We put everything before God. That's why we wonder why some are such higher anointed level, is because they know how to prioritize. And they say, listen, you got your place, sweetie. And you satisfy me, but there is a place that only God can fulfill. fellowship and relationship with you. I'm not talking about killing natural, so I don't want y'all to say, go and kill up somebody. But I'm talking about in your heart, we got such attachments to things that, listen, if my wife don't show me no affection, then I'll lose my confidence in God.
Come on, Jesus. Right. Wow.
If my husband don't pay me any attention, I'll fall all out and I just want to just give up on God. My children go astray. They start acting crazy. They go and do their own thing. And now it has hurt my heart. And now it causes me to lose my fellowship and my relationship and my time with God. God said, you need to surrender that thing there. You need to surrender. You need to give that up. Everybody say, give it up.
Give it up.
Say, surrender it to God.
Surrender it to God.
Are you willing to lay Isaac
Wow.
as your family? Are you willing to surrender Isaac to me? Your son. Thine only son.
Yes, yes, yes.
Amen.
Amen.
Now, Isaac also represents our finances.
Come on.
Because Abraham now is an old man. The next chapter you read, the 23rd chapter, Sarah dies. Sarah dies now. She dies in the 23rd chapter. And so when she dies, who is going to get Abraham's inheritance? Who's going to have his inheritance? So Isaac represents his finances.
Wow.
Some of us have not. We love our finances, so it's going to kill me if I give it up.
Come on. Talk about it.
But God is saying, can you sacrifice your Isaac of money?
Come on. Wow. Yeah. Talk about it.
When some of us hear about money, we already got in our mind, listen, please, y'all, I don't want to hear about it. That's all they talk about is money. But Isaac, you got Isaac in the wrong place. You got money in the wrong place.
Talk about it.
God says, can you offer your son, your Isaac? Can you offer or surrender your money, your bank account, your check? Can you surrender to God? Can you trust me to the degree that you know if you lose it, you really ain't losing it?
Right.
Amen.
Yes.
That's right.
Surrender. Let me tell you the key about surrender. You can never surrender all to God and not get more back.
Amen.
Amen.
You can't ever surrender more to God. What does song say? You can't beat God giving no matter how you try. Because the more you give, the more he gives to you. And it says, just keep on giving. What we do, we so attached to our finances till it has now caused us to be slaves to it. Have you ever gone to places where conferences, and I've done it before, I said, go back to my home church. I went to the conference back at Birmingham. I said, you know, I believe this in the car because I know Pastor Lee. I know what he's going to say. I have a little here. I'm going to put it in church. But when you get in there, that anointing get to stirring. And God is saying, now why you left that there? You know I'm going to ask for it. You know I was going to give it. And you sitting there fighting, arguing, fussing with yourself, arguing with God. But God, how am I going to make it? What? And God is saying, loose it. Surrender it. Surrender it. Everybody says surrender.
Surrender.
Let's look at what Isaac did. Let's look on down with Abraham. This is what he says. Look at verse 3. Pastor C. No, verse 4 of 22. Genesis 22.
Then, on the third day, Abraham lifted up his eyes and saw the place afar off.
He saw then on what day?
The third day.
And what else? Verse 5.
And Abraham said unto his young men, Abide ye here with the donkey, and I and the lads will go yonder and worship, and come again to you.
Amen. Now, write this point down. The greatest challenge to our surrender are the blessings that God has given us. The greatest challenge of our surrender is the blessings that God has given to us. That's the greatest challenge. Next point. It is harder many times to lay down blessings or surrender blessings than it is to surrender and lay down sin. It is harder many times to surrender the blessings than to lay down and surrender sin. Everybody in the room that's born again knows sin is wrong.
Yeah.
We get saved, we get born again, we say, I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to drink, I don't want to smoke. I don't want to do that anymore. I just give that up. But it's harder many times to surrender the blessing that God has given us than it is to give up sin. Let's look at, show you scripture. Look at Matthew. Look at Matthew, Matthew 19, 16 through 30. Let the scripture do the talking.
Matthew 19,
Yes.
verse 16. And behold, one came and said unto him, Good master, what good thing shall I do that I may have eternal life?
There's always that question, what can I do to get saved? In other words, how can I help you, God? What can I do to get eternal life? Read.
And he said unto him, Why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is God.
Yes.
But if thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments. And he said unto him, Which? Jesus said, Thou shalt do no murder, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness, honor thy father and thy mother, and thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
This is what the young man says.
The young man said unto him, All these things have I kept from my youth up. What lack I yet?
This, if we could paraphrase it nowadays, he said, I don't steal. I don't kill nobody. I don't commit adultery.
Right.
I love my neighbor like I love myself. I honor you. I honor you. He said, what else? He felt in himself, what else? That spirit of pride many times rises. What does I do all of this? That ain't no problem. I worship. I come to Bible study. I worship. I fall all on the floor. I allow God to purge me. I do it all. What else? This is what Jesus says.
Jesus said unto him, If thou wilt be perfect, go and sell that thou hast, and give to the poor, and thou shalt have treasure in heaven, and come and follow me.
What Jesus said.
But when the young man heard that saying, he went away sorrowful, for he had great possessions.
Oh, his attachment was to his stuff. His attachment was to his possessions. I don't lie, I don't steal, I don't commit adultery, I don't do none of that. But Jesus says, good. I'm not going to knock you or talk about you for doing that, but read that verse again.
Jesus said unto him, if thou wilt be perfect.
The word perfect, if you will be mature.
Yes.
If you will grow up, what else?
Yes.
Go and sell that thou hast,
what you have,
and give to the,
and turn around and give it to the poor.
Yes, Lord. Sell what you have.
What else?
and thou shalt have treasure in heaven. One.
And what else?
And then I want you to come to, and I want you to follow me.
Yes.
3.
Read one. First one is you're going to have what? You're going to.
I want you to go and sell that what you have and give to the poor. And so thou shalt have treasure in heaven.
You're going to have treasure. Now, he didn't say anything about eternal life right here. He says you're going to have treasure where? In heaven. In other words, when you sell all and give to the poor, you just stack your bank account.
Amen.
He said you just stack your bank account in heaven.
Yes.
So every time you need to make a withdrawal,
Come on.
you may not can go to SunTrust.
Amen.
You may not can go to Bank of America or go to Wells Fargo, but you can say, Father, I've given my all. Therefore, I'm coming to you. Because in heaven I got great possessions. And God says, I will unlock the door and I will cause those that you don't even expect to be a blessing to you. That's why he asks us to surrender all. Surrender those things. Surrender that money. Let it go.
Come on, Pastor.
Everybody say, let it go.
Let it go.
Turn to somebody and say, let it go.
Let it go.
Say, you ain't, listen, you can't hardly pay your bills with the bill you got, so you need to let it go. I'm going to keep this. You better let that little go so God can bless you abundantly. So don't be stingy. Open your hands and let it go. Don't nobody never give nothing to me. Nobody never. But this is your spirit. You come in the presence of folk you already like.
Come on.
You got something for me?
Wow.
We don't give ourselves.
One.
Can't nobody even count on you to go and do something for somebody for free.
Wow. Come on. Preach up. My Lord.
You don't even want to be inconvenienced.
Come on.
But every time, Lord bless me. God bless me. God says sometimes just go.
Come on.
Amen.
Don't panic, can't clap. We got to learn how to surrender our finances to God.
Amen.
Read. Verse 23.
So,
Oh, verse 22. Then when the young man did what? When he heard that saying, what did he do?
he went away sorrowful.
He went away how? Sorrow. He was, oh my God. Now he asked me, you know I got a lot of money. Who told him I got a big old bank account? He went away sorrowful.
Wow.
You know when you're attached to it, you know, you already don't sit on what I want to use. You already got a defense already. But I know they're going to ask for some more. I know they're going to ask. But I already know.
Wow.
That's why many of us get frustrated and get sad when people ask to sow seed in the kingdom. He walked away how? Sorrowful. He walked away how? Sorrowful. How many in here know you've seen, every time you release, you've seen the hand of God in your life?
Yes.
How many have seen God do it?
Yes.
You know every time you give it, you turn around and here it come again.
Yes.
Okay, my son Daniel told me, he said, Dad, I ain't never without money. Here he is, 16 years old. He said, Dad, every time I give, somebody always walking up to me and putting something in my hand.
Amen.
Amen.
16 years old, if he can trust God, it's so much out here. We got to learn to trust God and surrender. Woo! Say woo! Learn how to surrender. Surrender means cease resistance.
Good.
Cease resistance. Cease resisting.
Amen.
For God loves a
Cheerful.
what kind?
Cheerful.
A cheerful. The word cheerful means hilarious. Wow. That when they start giving it laugh, oh, I'm setting myself up. Here come the setup. Come on. Oh boy, I'm about to get blessed. The devil said, you about to get, boy, watch me. I'm putting this seed on. Watch me. Watch me. Increase, so I prophesy right now. Increase. Increase. Supernatural increase. Supernatural increase. Supernatural increase. You need to receive supernatural increase. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Come on, you need to shout supernatural increase. I saw my little baby girls back there jumping up shouting. I said supernatural increase. Because they shout for some of us parents. Because we got a supernatural increase. Now if the children can say it, then when I say you show enough of them jump and shout. Supernatural increase. Hallelujah. Tell your neighbors that God is breaking that spirit. I'm wondering how you going to take care of yourself. Because he's Jehovah Jireh. Tell your neighbors that he's Jehovah Jireh in your life. Come on, say he's Jehovah Jireh in my life. Therefore, praise him. Hallelujah. 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 Give God glory. Hallelujah. God says it's time for a burst out. He said, I'm about to burst out in your life. You about to burst out with new wine, new wine, new wine, new wine. a couple weeks ago, last week, that dream. Share with me about the 8 dreams.
Oh, y'all know I have prophetic dreams, and in my dreams, I literally have the voice of God that speaks out of a cloud in every dream that I have. And he had interrupted my dream, and he said, I'm getting ready to multiply your bank account. And it wasn't 24 hours that people start putting money in my hand. Glory be to God.
And it wasn't no 100 or 300 or 500 or 600 or 700. Just out just the work of God said, I'm to release this on your life. Shout out first. Shout out first. Hallelujah. 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 How many in this room got something God is holding up that needs to be let go right now in a financial area? How many need it right now? If you got something pressing that God already told you, how many got it right now? Your hands, I want you to stand to your feet real quick. Now, God is now. Some of the things that's been held up, money, some stuff that you've been trying to get, even through the bad decisions. God said through the bad decisions, we done made some bad choices with the money. But we said earlier before during the service, I said, Pastor Cindy said, what was that word you released this morning? I forgot. The case dismissed, wasn't something like that? Listen, the enemy that built those cases against you because you said, well, I our bad decisions, he'll never bless us. But God says today, I love you. You're chosen. You're called by me. And wealth is connected to it. Just worship him. Oh, just worship him. Just worship him. I release the supernatural anointing to increase. we'll be one of the most wealthiest ministries in this land. We'll be wealthy with love, with faith, and finances. I prophesy that the spirit, the curse that the enemy have tried to place over our lives is broken now. And everyone that's connected to this ministry, God says, because of your faithfulness, I'm about to reward you. Because of your faithfulness, I'm releasing prosperity. Because you've been faithful, increase. Lift your hands. Increase.
to follow Christ.
Amen.
In about 5 years after that, maybe 4, I made the worst decision in my life, and that was to leave Christ. And I thank God that He is faithful to His word, because no matter what, He'll never leave us. Even when we sin. And I don't know if everybody's familiar with the word, but my life has been like the book of Hosea, the adulterous wife who always leaves her husband, the one who dressed her and adored her and put her on a pedestal but never appreciate what she had. And she would just constantly leave, and he will always go looking for her. And God has done that for me. And it's not easy, because when you make a mistake, you gotta deal with shame and ridicule and people talking and everything that's going on in your mind. You love God and you want Him and you try to come to Him, but you can't, no matter how hard you try. But today I don't care about that, because God.
She already declared. Case dismissed. No one can. Jesus said, "He without sin, you cast the first stone." My case been dismissed. Your case been dismissed. Her case been dismissed. All our cases has been dismissed. So praise God for Sister Kendra. We get ready to get out, go receive our tithes, our offerings.